Well, this source close to A'ja Wilson is claiming they offered A'ja Wilson more money than Caitlin Clark to play in this league.
That old saying, if you're gonna take a shot at the queen, you better not miss. But what happens when the queen takes a swing at the rookie and completely whiffs? What happens when the established star of the league tries to put the new golden kid in her place, only for it to blow up immediately? Welcome back, because today we're breaking down one of the messiest, pettiest, and most talked about feuds the WNBA has seen in a long time. We're talking A'ja Wilson versus Caitlin Clark. For months, the narrative has been it's just competition. We've been told the vets are simply welcoming the rookie. But let's be real for a second. We all saw what happened. The hard fouls, the icy press conference comments, the side-eye, and most importantly, we saw the moment A'ja Wilson tried to humble Caitlin Clark and ended up exposing her own insecurity in front of everyone. This isn't just about basketball. This is about power. It's about money. And it's about a shift in the league that some people clearly aren't ready to accept. Because when A'ja Wilson, two-time MVP, champion, face of the Aces, decided to take a shot at Caitlin Clark, she thought she was reminding everyone whose league this was. She thought she was setting the hierarchy straight. Instead, the backlash was immediate. The fan reaction was loud, and Caitlin's response on the court spoke even louder. Instant karma. Let's rewind, because context matters. A'ja Wilson has been the standard for years. No debate there. Her resume is elite. But then Caitlin Clark walks in, a rookie who hasn't played a single professional minute yet. And suddenly arenas are selling out at levels the league hasn't seen before. She's landing a massive Nike deal before A'ja even has a signature shoe announced. A $28 million deal. The biggest of its kind. You think that didn't sting? You think watching a 22-year-old from Iowa get the red carpet treatment you feel you earned doesn't mess with you a little? Of course it does. And that tension started leaking out. First with the subtle comments about special treatment, then with tweets about charter flights, then with conversations around race, implying Caitlin's popularity had more to do with how she looks than how she plays, completely ignoring the fact that she's pulling up from the logo and dropping ridiculous numbers. But the real attempt to embarrass Caitlin came on the court. The plan was obvious. Rough her up, trap her, expose her defense, make the rookie look overwhelmed so everyone could say, see? She was just hype. A'ja wanted that moment. The clip, the block, the stare down. Something viral that said, there are levels to this, but here's where it all went sideways. Instead of looking like a confident veteran teaching a lesson, it looked personal. It looked obsessive. The aggression was over the top. The focus was locked in way too hard. Fans didn't see basketball, they saw bullying. And when you're the MVP, when you're supposedly untouchable, you shouldn't have to go that hard against a rookie just to prove a point. By trying to embarrass Caitlin Clark, A'ja accidentally elevated her. You don't double-team nobodies. You don't send hard fouls at irrelevance. You do that to someone you're afraid of. And by treating Caitlin like the ultimate threat, A'ja confirmed exactly what everyone was starting to believe. Caitlin Clark is the real deal. Now let's talk business. Because this is where it really backfires. A'ja may have thought that diminishing Caitlin's hype would remind sponsors who the real star was. That if she outplayed her, fans would fall back in line. The opposite happened. Every jab made Caitlin's fanbase stronger. Every attempt to haze her created a Caitlin against the world narrative. And that's marketing gold. Jersey sales climbed. TV ratings jumped. People tuned in just to see if the rookie could survive. A'ja tried to guard the gate, and instead handed Caitlin the keys. Look at the optics. You've got a legend looking irritated and pressed, and you've got a rookie taking hits, getting back up and saying nothing. No trash talk. No sut-tweets. No complaining. Just hooping. That silence? That's power. And it's driving the vets crazy. There was one moment that summed all of this up perfectly. Their first matchup. Aces versus Fever. The build-up was insane. A'ja came out hyper-aggressive, contesting everything, hunting buckets. And yeah, she put up numbers. Nobody's denying her greatness, but that wasn't the story. The story was, why does this look like Game 7 against a lottery team? It felt desperate. And right in the middle of that pressure, Caitlin hits deep step-back threes, threads impossible passes, keeps her composure. When the dust settled, no one was talking about A'ja's stat line. They were talking about the hostility, the jealousy, the insecurity. A'ja wanted the headline to be Wilson schools Clark. Instead it became, why are WNBA vets threatened by Caitlin Clark? That's a PR disaster. Now let's talk about the shoe deal. Because you can't separate money from emotion. When Caitlin's Nike deal dropped, A'ja's reaction said a lot. Likes, tweets, subtle signals that she felt overlooked. And honestly, She has a case. AJA should have had a signature shoe years ago. But instead of directing that frustration at Nike or the system, it felt like Caitlyn became the target. Like she was framed as unearned, as privilege, and that blew up fast because when fans looked at the numbers, ticket sales, viewership, merch, Caitlyn Clark is driving insane revenue in a matter of months. That comparison didn't help AJA. It hurt her. People started asking uncomfortable questions, like why the league failed to market its stars before now, like why Caitlyn might actually be underpaid for the value she brings. The attempt to expose Caitlyn exposed something else entirely, and then there's the fans. Interview 746 to 805.
That has been the biggest thing, is speculation around if Caitlyn Clark would be playing. The league also said that they would give her equity in the league. So from this note, the internet kind of ran wild with that, including myself, because another player who is also number 22, who a lot of people have also been speculating about, is A'ja Wilson.
This is the dangerous part. The WNBA had its loyal base, sure, but Caitlyn brought millions of new eyes. New fans don't know the history or the politics. They just see a rookie getting targeted. And when you go after the fan favorite, you become the villain. Social media turned quick. I used to like AJA, but this is ugly. Why is she acting bitter? That kind of brand damage doesn't disappear overnight. The irony? If AJA had embraced Caitlyn, she'd be the hero. The queen welcoming the next era. Everyone wins. Rising tide, all boats. Instead, she chose conflict. And now she looks like the old guard gripping power that's slipping away, even on defense. The overkill backfired. Full court pressure, traps, everything designed to break Caitlyn, and sure, Caitlyn had turnovers. She's a rookie on a struggling team. But every time she broke that press or pulled up from 30 feet, it made the defense look ridiculous. You don't embarrass someone by throwing the kitchen sink at them and still giving up points. You validate them. Around the league, players are starting to notice. The hate train looks bad. And when perception shifts, it hurts everyone, especially with new media deals on the horizon. Caitlyn Clark is boosting the league's value. Going after her is bad business. Meanwhile, Caitlyn's response has been flawless, respectful, complimentary, focused. That contrast makes everything else look worse. It turns this into a one-sided beef. SHADO. Does this go? The attempt to embarrass Caitlyn Clark failed. She's still standing, still starting, still selling out arenas. The narrative changed. It's no longer can she survive? It's why won't they let her live? A'ja Wilson needs to adjust because every eye roll, every subtle jab chips away at the respect she built. The torch is being passed. That doesn't erase A'ja's greatness. It just means she isn't the only story anymore. Trying to tear down the new story doesn't make you the main character again. It makes you the villain, and villains usually lose. So what do you think? Did A'ja go too far? Is this jealousy or just competitive fire blown out of proportion? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you liked this breakdown, hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications because this story is far from over. The playoffs are coming. And if these teams meet again, it's going to be fireworks.